mines, they can't win. But you can counter their destroyers at your whim. So I mean, that's an example of how it would work. The main thing to keep in mind is you need to make metagame strategies that deal with things that are consistent with what you're playing against. Opponents on East, undead players especially, I mean, they kind of just do the same shit every game. So my counter to that is by mixing it up a lot. Because like, really, the main thing that's like me, like I played this one guy, blowing up East. Not blowing up East, that's an orc player. I'm 1-1 versus him. His name's Blow Your Mind, and he's an undead player. He does DK Panda Mass Destroyer every game with like a 10-minute Destro push. It's an annoying strategy, and does he do it well? I guess. He's never won doing the push. He's only beat me one time, and that's because I went Rifle Caster with no Expo, and I got raped. So, hey, that's because my micro isn't that great. But the thing is, in my opinion at least, the main thing to keep in mind is you gotta mix it up. Your undead opponents oftentimes won't. If they're going DK Panda every game, you have a lot of options. With no Lich, Mass Gryphons is the easiest choice. Lich is one of the main reasons why Gryphons are counterable, because the Nova really fucks up their attack speed, and it lets the Fiends work get done a lot better. So that's pretty important. Panda thing, it's like they're gonna go Worms late game probably, and it's sort of like whatever, you know. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, basically the first game I played him, I did really standard. I just went Griffin Gyro and I raped him because I mass crept MK Pal to level 3, and I kept sending Griffins to his Expo and canceling it, and then I tanked his Expo, and then it was like sent 2 takes to his main, once the tanks died, used the remaining food on Gyro, attacked him, good game. Like, it was really easy. The second game I went Rifle Caster, and I got raped because Rifle Caster sucks. At least in my opinion, I can't do anything with it. Some players like Marquis rape because they have really good micro, but I'm not at the level where I can really use Rifle Caster effectively. And then the last game I went Paladin first, Mass Tower, Mass Tank, and I just beat the hell out of him. And I played him on Smurfs, and I always beat him with just various shit. I beat him with Breaker Griffin since then, and you know, that's the main thing here with the strat, is you're lending you're lending to yourself by going the same strategy, but nothing but making it easier for your opponents to beat you. In ladder, you often play the same person, so you know, why not formulate strategies that work against specific ones? Right now, if I played like Blow Your Mind, whatever his name is, I rape so easy. It's like, who even cares, you know? So main thing to realize, more or less, is that you gotta try and formulate your metagame correctly. Humans like wonk you, I guess. Not that there's anything wrong with it. He does the same thing a lot of games. He does towers, tanks, like MK first or something. And it's not bad, you know, like, it isn't horrible. It's just, once people get your number on the strategies, it becomes increasingly more difficult for you to win. So it's very important to mix it up. And that's exactly what I was trying to do that game, and you see, it did work out. But I kind of played shitty. In retrospect, I would have played a lot better if I was actually, like, I don't know, trying a bit harder. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the second game. I'm going to do this all in one audio file, so I can just save myself the time of switching it up and blah 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 blah. I'm going to go to my little replays folder here. What do I got? Alright, this is a game versus a clanmate on Terranus Stand. And I would just like to express... sorry, it's late. I would just like to express very fully that you do not have to fast expand versus Night Elf. It is not a requirement. It is a specific strategy. If someone human player tells you you have to fast expand versus Night Elf or you can't win, he's lying to you, because you have lots of other choices. And this is one of them. This is a sky push. The strategy's been a bit under the radar, and you know the main reason I do it a lot these days versus Altar is because I see a lot of Wardens, and Warden really sucks versus this strategy because you go a health pot and a priest, and Warden's useless. So it's really good stuff in general, and yeah. The last game I played him, my Naga tower rushed him because I saw him out of base AOW creeping and went Altar, so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna tower rush it and end it. So it worked pretty well. By the way, Mongol, I love you. Don't think I'm trying to be a bitch by posting a replay where I beat you in an audio. It's cool, dude. Mongol's probably beat me like 3 times or something, like the first 3 times I played him, so, you know, yeah, that's that. Let's see here. So, 2-minute mark for this replay, as all my audios seem to want. 2 minutes, that's what I prefer. I will be going AM, and he will be going Warden, and he's going to be doing a kind of a cool strat. He's going to be creeping out his Merc with the Warden and his AOW, and I'll just be doing the standard. And the main thing with the strategy is you don't want to lose foots. You'll see I'm very precautious with how I treat my footman micro, and I'm very precautious with how I creep, and just how overall you have to be pretty safe. And also the strategy is very dependent on harass, which you will see in just a moment. So, if you will, get the replay unpaused in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. So my AM comes out, and I call 3 militia, and I'll go up and creep this camp. A lot of people say, you know, how do you learn to creep camp so good? I mean, it was just yesterday, I mean, I went into a custom game 10 times versus a computer, and just practiced creeping the lab, because, you know, I'm okay at creeping the lab. Like, I'm not like terrible or anything. It's not like I creep the lab and it's like I lose every unit or anything. But at the same time, I want to creep it better. And you know, I'm not creeping it perfect still, even now. And I spent a lot of time, probably about an hour, just practicing creeping the lab. And I got pretty good at it. So now I'm getting better, but I still lose a militia. It's frustrating to me. I want to be able to learn it so I don't have to lose a militia. It's pain. Anyway. Now I'm going to get my level 2 here from these apprentice wizards. And he, this entire time, is creeping out this camp up here with his AOW. The Warden is a lot better at level 3. That's one of the main priorities. When Night Elf goes Warden is they'll try and creep it literally as fast as they fucking can. And once their Warden is a very high level, it becomes very difficult to keep your AM alive or not force lots of TPs, which is oftentimes why human players Expo versus Warden, as they do versus most Night Elf players. It just works nicely and attributes to helping pay for the item usage you're going to have to afford when playing against Night Elf. Now, if you notice I have a very quick tech, if you compare my tech and his tech, they're very similar. My tech is only slightly behind, and that's because I opted to make a 3rd farm and an extra foot because I wanted my harass to be stronger. The other method of this is a 2-farm tech with 3 footmen, and that's also very good. Either way works. I recommend if you want to be more aggressive, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and make that another foot. Now, he's going to continue creeping, and my main thing that I'm doing with this harass is I'm looking for the Hunter's Hall. I want to cancel the buildings I can to get my way to the Hunter's Hall, which is, you don't want to run in and just start hacking away at the Hunter's Hall. It's really not that great of a decision. But the main thing now is once I start focusing on this Hunter's Hall, I really commit to it. I'm willing to lose a foot over this Hunter's Hall, because that's less Dryads he's going to have. And I can already see, just based on his army, he has 2 Mercs, 2 Archers, and a Warden. That isn't the most intense